Okay, doing another one. Hopefully this records, because the last one I tried to do it for minds.com, and it just simply did not record. Let me go ahead and check to see if this thing's recording again. They're at 12, 13, 14. All right, so this one here is on a comment, and I'm gonna, when I read comments, I usually try to figure it out. Because some people use terms most people use terms I've never heard of. In general, because we all come from different walks of life, experiences, environments, and families, and you get to hear things or research things that others just wouldn't think of. And that's what I like about comparative reasoning. I get to see these terms, and then I go look it up, and I think if I want to do a little thing on it or not, and I'm gonna do one on this one. And this guy in the comment section, I'm not gonna call out names because I don't, I didn't ask for permission or anything like that, and I don't want to just call somebody out that hasn't caused me any harm. It says this person hasn't caused me any harm. I'm not going to call anything out. I'm just going to do a topic on it because it made me think. And I think all of you should do this. Listen to it and just think. So now you can pause it after I say this, but what he wrote was, individuality is division and an impurity on pure consciousness. Now I was like, whoa, now see, in order to help me figure this out, I had to, look things up. Whew. So I did. And I just wanted to do it just to make sure it was going with what I thought. Because see, what I think something is doesn't mean that's what it is. So I look up the Merriam Dictionary, and that's where I get it from. I don't do the Google thing. I use Ecosia now. You ought to do that too. Use Ecosia. Now, I had to think about this. And at first, okay, I want to tackle this little bit by little bit. So when he wrote individuality is division, all right, that part of it. Let me go with that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't understand how individuality is division, because just hear me out for anyone listening. People growing up, what do people want to do? I'm an individual, man. I'm not gonna be part of the collective, man. I'm not part of your tribe, man. That's what that was. Everybody wanted to be an individual. In high school, what did you want to do? You were an individual. That's what you want to be. And what did a lot of people do? This is when you get to look and see how dumb people are. Because it's global. People are just dumb. I'm not removing myself from that. I'm dumb as fuck too. I'm stupid with every single one of you. We all some dumbasses together. Let's just do that. Okay, that's just hyperbole at that moment. But look, in general, you're in high school, you want to call yourself an individual while doing what at the same time? Trying to find a group of people to be with. How are you going to be an individual yet go with the tribe of somebody else? Trying to join something or get people to join you calling yourself an individual. You're either a leader or a follower. That's really it. That's what life tends to have now. That's not the meaning of life. That's just what we do. And if you're an individual, that means you do not do all things on your own, but you have your own thoughts. You're not led by the nose by somebody else. If somebody tells you something, you think about it. You ponder it. You wonder how that goes for you. And then you try to put the shoe on someone else's foot. You try to put on their shoes for a second. That's called empathy. That's what you do. So when he wrote individuality is division, I'm thinking, division of what? But that's what I thought. Division of what? Because you're a Democrat, so if you think on your own, you're breaking it up. You're dividing. So you have this. You're your own person, or you're somebody's bitch. That's it. You are your own person, or you're someone's bitch. And what most, if not all, people try to do is this: I'm nobody's bitch. I'm my own person. But I support these people, and I want everyone to support them. And if they don't support them, then they're wrong. They're assholes. Wait, woo, that's tribalism. Can't be an individual like that. You can't be your own man or your own woman or your own person if you're too busy trying to fit in with somebody else. And it's easy for a gathering of individuals to fight for the same goal, the same cause. But when you start doing the whole, you have to be like this, you have to think like this, you have to go for this in this way, that is tribalism. And then Let's go to that. Tribalism. You've got your group of 150 people against a group of 200,000 people, against a group of 1,000,000 people, against a small group of 10 people that know exactly what to do, where to strike, and how to strike. They're all tribes, no matter how large or how small. And if you've got individual tribes, you know what you got? You've got divided human groups. So no matter how tribalistic you are, you're still dividing. It don't matter. So if you did have individuality, if you actually had it and you respected it, you wouldn't try to tribalize anybody or anything. All you would have is your interest, and if someone takes up your interest, they take up your interest. And that's it. That's all it is. Now, me personally, I'm going to tell you this. I would love to tribalize a lot of good people into doing good, positive, honest, noble things. But I have to back off. I don't want to be a leader. I don't. Because me as a leader, I get exceedingly overprotective. I get very defensive of those that are supporting me or around me. Whether they are the leader or I would be the leader or there's a group of leaders, I get exceedingly defensive and protective. That's just me though. So I know my limits and I back off a lot of stuff. Now, this is the next part. Okay, what? Oh, you got something to say, Sidra?
Yeah.
You got words? Something to say on your mind? Okay. Oh, here you go. I was like, why you over here with your goodness? All right, there you go. Speak. Speak, damn it. Okay.
I'll speak now. The saying something like individuality is division. And that's it. It's just that's what it is. That's what it is. You can't put some sort of finite definition out there like that because life's not like that. No matter how many people try to tell you life is not is this or is that. It's not. All life is, to be cliche, is many shades of gray. Yes, lots of people aspire towards individuality. They want to wear mismatched shoes and everything else that might entail that appeals to them. But as humans, they also want contact with other humans. They want emotional contact. They want intelligent conversation. They want physical contact. So as much as they want to be their own person standing alone against the masses, individual, you can't stop me, you can't tell me anything, they also want someone or ones they can talk to, they can lean on, they can rely on, that are like-minded. So that individuality is division does not fit because life is not like that. Humans are not like that. Humans are a barrel of duality, and that's not even the correct word because it's not just two, it's three, it's multiple, it's many. There's so many facets to us.
Multifaceted bipedal beings. What?
I'm done.
Oh, you done? Okay, cool. The woman has now spoken. Now, the next part of this, the whole thing was individuality is division and an impurity on pure consciousness. Pure consciousness, that's almost inciting the no true Scotsman fallacy. That's basically what you're doing. And that's not cool. Pure consciousness, how conscious are you? Legitimately, how conscious are you? It's also, and the definition also expresses you're aware of everything around you. You are conscious of the world around you. And when you're absolutely conscious of the world around you and you learn things, there is no, I love the white man, hate the black man. All white people are the devil, but black people are the best thing on the planet. You know what? White and black people suck. I just love Asians and Mexicans. You know what? Fuck all of that. We just love Islamic people. You know what? Fuck them. If you're not Scottish or Irish, I don't care. You know, I mean,
fuck all of them. I like toes.
Fuck up toes. Yes, we like toes. People ain't shit. Cut off the people from the feet. You know, cut off the foot anchors and let them roam free. You know, that something like that. But pure consciousness, you are aware of things. You are aware that there is nuance. You understand what's around you, how jacked up it is, how jacked up it probably has always been, and then you get to question, why is it like that? What happened? What was going on? You get to ask those questions. You know, you get to look at life like you're Tucker Carlson's face. You know, that dumbass curious is like, what? What? Huh? You know, you get to have that look on your face because you're like, this ain't Tucker Carlson, as dumb fuck as he is. He always has a look as if someone is popping a billion bubbles around him. Every second, someone has popped a new bubble. But the problem is he keeps filling that bubble in as soon as it's popped. You know, they're just trying to pop the right bubble to get the chain reaction going. When you say anything about pure consciousness, you can't say it with a closed mind. Just think about that. That's cognitive dissonance. If you cite something as yourself or anyone of a pure conscience, and yet you're closed-minded about damn near anything you're going over, you don't want to hear any different, you don't want to learn any different, you think you got it all, or you believe you got it all, you're convinced you have it all, you fucked yourself. That's cognitive dissonance, because you can't have one and the other. You know, you just can't do that. So when you read the whole thing, individuality is a division, and impurity or impure consciousness, there's nothing impure about it. And it's honestly, it's just, you know, I find people that want to be on their own merit and on their own terms a detriment, and it's a division. Basically, I don't want you to be a free thinker is what you're shouting. And then that's trailed by, as much as you don't want them to be a free thinker, you find that an impurity on being a free thinker. That is cognitive dissonance. I hate slave-minded people, and I wish they would think freely, but I can't stand people that want to go out and do stuff on their own. Come on. You're not dealing with a full deck when you can have that. You know. Now, the person that wrote this, I don't want you calling it out. I don't want that. You know, I'm cool with you cool with me. But what I want is for anyone, I mean everyone, to think, because a lot of people have these thoughts, just not in these short-term words. They have these thoughts, and it's prevalent in every tribal society. Every one of them. For example, religious people. Those who are, you know, those holier than thou people, the Bible thumpers, what they tell you? You got to think for the Lord. Your mind belonged to God. Everything came to you from God. God gave you the power to do anything and everything. You can't do on your own. Do for him. Work for the Lord. And that the whole time, what they tell you? No, you're beautiful. You're an individual person, and you can do anything you set your mind to. But make sure your will is to the Lord. So be a slave, but be free because you can. God gave you the power of free will, but you better do what he told you to do. That's cognitive dissonance. That's crazy. That's why I keep saying that word, cognitive dissonance, is because that's what's going on. You got to think about what you're saying. You have to. That's why you dig a little deep, just under the surface, just below it. That's why I say it's not what you think, but why you think. It ain't what you do, but why you do it. Because you got to figure out the why to figure out what's going on. That's important in everybody's life. And there's nothing wrong with cognitive dissonance. It's just something wrong when you don't want to acknowledge it. Because when you acknowledge the problem, then you can fix it. And when you can fix the problem in you and help others discover if they have a problem and help them find a way to safely fix said problem, then and only then are you actually doing something good. That's when you're helping freedom. And if you are someone that enjoys freedom and is of the mind that everyone should have freedom, then definitely you would not want them to have cognitive dissonance. You want them to be free, just like I want you to be free. So I want you to think about that, all right? This is Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.